Hello. In this video session, we are going to write a recursive function to calculate factorial of a number given by user. To learn more theory about recursive function, you should be going through a book or looking or should look at the videos which deals with this topic. Here in this video, we are more concerned about the implementation of recursive function to calculate factorial. In general, to attempt any problem, any programming problem using recursion, what do we need to do is we need to break the problem into sub problems of same nature and also provide the base cases of it. So here, so in other words, it is recursive definition of the problem that we should attempt first and then convert the recursive definition to a recursive function. So here also we would do the same thing. We would first provide recursive definition of factorial, and then we would attempt to convert that recursive definition into a recursive function. So what is a recursive definition of factorial? Let me go to my notes and then show you the recursive definition of factorial operator. So recursive definition of factorial can be given like this: n factorial is equals to n into n minus 1 factorial. So this is recursive part of the definition. That is, a bigger problem is specified in terms of smaller problem of same nature. So we have n minus 1 factorial, which is a sub problem of same nature because it is also a factorial operation, and with that we are multiplying n. So this recursive part of the definition, and the basis of the definition is this, that 0 factorial is equals to 1. So this is the base case or basis of the definition, and this is recursive part of the definition. Fine. So this is the recursive definition. Overall, this is recursive definition of the problem. Now we would write a recursive function to simulate this. That is, the recursive definition would be converted into a recursive function call, recursive function. So let me take you to the code then. So we are writing a recursive function for the factorial, and the recursive function should return factorial of the number given to it as parameter. So the factorial of any number is an integer, so return data type would be int, and let us name it as fact, and as parameter we would be passing the number of which we want to know the factorial. So here I have passed n, and what the main function would be needing from fact function is the factorial of number it passes to it as parameter. Now first of all, we would deal with this basis. So if n is 0, that is the parameter that is passed to it is 0, then the factorial of the number is already known, that is 1, right? So that would be dealt at the very beginning of the function. If n equals to 0, we are already knowing about it because this is a very smallest problem of this operator, and we would do nothing but to return 1 directly. And once basis is dealt, now this recursive part of the recursive definition, n factorial equals to n into n minus 1 factorial. So if n is anything other than 0, then we'll have to calculate it using the recursive definition, using the recursive part of the recursive definition. So here we can take a local variable, say, and in that we can say we can implement this recursive part n into n minus 1 factorial. So n into, how would n minus 1 factorial be evaluated? When n factorial is a call to fact with a value of n, then n minus 1 factorial would be nothing but a call to fact with a parameter value n minus 1. So this expression is going to return me n minus 1 factorial, and after it returns that value of n minus 1 factorial, I'm going to multiply n into it to get n factorial, and then I would return the value of n factorial from this function. So with this, the recursive function for factorial is done. Now we are going to take an input from the user and then make a call to this function and display it on the console. So this is our job. So let us prompt the user to enter a number, and then read it person D. We'll have to declare a variable to get the number from the user and store it, ampersand num, and then we can display on the console the factorial or person D, the factorial symbol, that is exclamatory sign, equals to person D, and replace the first of the person D's with the number, and the second is with a call to the factorial function that we have written. So in that we are passing num. So this function call, after this function returns the value of n factorial, num factorial, then this can be considered as to be replaced by num factorial, and this is what would be printed in place of person D, the second person D. Now let us compile it and check it for 5. So 5 factorial is equals to 120. Let us check it for one more case. 4 factorial equals to 24, correct. I am not satisfied yet. Let us check it for one more case, that is the base case, that is the smallest case, that is 0. So 0 factorial is equals to 1. So now it seems to be working perfectly fine. So with that, we are done with the recursive function of factorial. For knowing about the theory, you should be reading some book, or you should be looking at the videos which deals with theory. Recursion is a very important topic, because it is beautiful, because the code that we write using recursion are usually very succinct and it looks very beautiful, and also the persons who are writing entrance examinations like GATE, they should be knowing about recursion very well. So with that, hope you have enjoyed this video, and I am going to upload such videos dealing with basic programming problems in C often. So keep watching my videos and like my videos to keep me motivated. Thank you.